Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Rand, and today I'm going to give you some main card picks for UFC 268. And be sure to check out the videos I already did this week. I covered 6 of the prelim fights. How many prelim fights are there? I think there's like 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did 6 of 9 prelim fights, and now I'm going to cover the entire main card in 2 shows, starting with these 3, and then tomorrow I will do the main and co-main event, because that is a show within itself. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Starting off with the main card opener of Frankie "The Answer" Edgar taking on Marlon Tito Vera. This is going to be a great fight. Now, a lot of people are saying Frankie Edgar, I think he's a little past his prime. He's 40 years old. And to be honest with you, last time I mentioned Frankie Edgar's name, I was giving him a moment of silence because he got rocked by a flying knee from Corey Sandhagen, if I'm correct. Yes, I am correct. Frankie Edgar is 40 years old. Yeah, you know, I met Frankie Edgar once before. He lived at, I was in Philadelphia. I met him in Philadelphia. He came to Balance Jiu-Jitsu Studios, where I was one of the students there at Balance, paying that high price membership subscription monthly. I remember that, that's for sure. But anyway, Frankie Edgar came there because he was from Toms River, New Jersey. And you know when this was? This was in 2004. Maybe, you know what? No, I'll give it 2008. And Frankie Edgar was a hot prospect coming into the MMA world. And I met him. I was just a raggedy blue belt that was training out of Philadelphia, and I remember Frankie Edgar. It was like a big to-do. Frankie Edgar's coming, and you know, it was like on a Saturday, and he just rolled around and, you know, did a little, I don't know, instructional thing, and it was completely jiu-jitsu, no striking or anything, but still interesting. Now I see him here in 2021, still fighting, going against Marlon Tito Vera. Frankie Edgar, like I did say the last time I mentioned his name, is giving him a moment of silence after he got rocked by the flying knee from Corey Sandhagen. He is 2-3 in his last 5. Oh, not good, Frankie. Not good for the answer. But he is still fighting out of New Jersey, out of Robbinsville, New Jersey, in the Ricardo Almeida Jiu-Jitsu Academy. And Frankie Edgar is taking on Marlon Tito Vera. The favorite here, -177, coming off a pretty good win against Davey Grant. It was a unanimous decision. He is 3-2 in his last 5, trading wins and losses back and forth. He trains out of Team Oyama, according to Tapology. Other active fighters that have fights within the next few months: Saeed Kakramanov is taking on Brian Boone Kelleher. That's in January. It's a couple months away. But Luis Smoka out of Team Oyama, he's fighting Vince Morales December 4th. Alex Perez, also out of Team Oyama, is fighting Matt Schnell December 11th. That's just to say, I'm just saying Team Oyama is active with active UFC fighters on their roster. So Marlon Vera coming from a good active camp. Frankie Edgar, not as well known, but Ricardo Almeida, and Frankie Edgar is the answer. He does have his strong qualities about him. Let's see what these cappers have to say and get this board dirty. Starting with Marlon Tito Vera, the favorite. We've got taking him Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. Hi. Where are the kids? Then we've got what's going on? It's Bleed MMA. Bleed also taking Tito in this fight. Then we got Johnny K Picks. He supports me, so I'm going to support him. He's a new predictor, if you will, kind of a rather new handicapper. Doesn't have a big subscription following, but nonetheless, he is active in my chat, and I'm going to reward him by previewing him on my show. Links are in the description for all these cappers. Hey Nor, what's up? Why you got that grumpy face? What happened? Bad day at school? Then we've got Triple P Perfect Parlay Pursuit. This is not Triple P certified, however, because we've got Lukey and Alex both taking Vera, but Dan the man, the Batman Dan from Perfect Parlay Pursuit. Dan is taking the answer, Frankie Edgar. He thinks his wrestling is pretty much dominant over Marlon Vera's, which he might have a point there. I like Frankie Edgar on the ground, but striking Marlon Vera's got those mean leg kicks. Remember when he hit that joint on Sugar Sean O'Malley and messed him up? But anyway, Marlon Vera does have the good kicks, so be interesting. But Dan is not by himself. Also, we've got taken Frankie Edgar. We got It's Your Boy eBay's eBay's fight predictions. Also taken Frankie Edgar. I'm not sure if he does a separate breakdown video for this fight, but I think he may, or he may not. I think he just does it for the feature bout, Justin Gaethje, Chandler, and then the main and co-main events. But still, he likes Frankie Edgar here. So this is interesting. That's all the cappers I got for this show. But as you can see, Marlon Vera, the favorite, rightfully does have more cappers taking that side. I too am going to have to fade Frankie Edgar. I like the guy. I did meet him. I got to shake his hand. He probably doesn't remember me from any Joe Schmo that was, they come out of the woodwork. When you go to I was like a daily grinder. I'm not Sundays, but I was going there to Balance Studios every day after work. It was on my ride home. And I used to, when I lived in Philadelphia, I went to work and home via bicycle or public transportation because parking costs $200 a month. But anyway, so on my way home, I would stop off of Balance and get a workout in, and and then I remember the whole Frankie Edgar's coming this Saturday. Don't walk in front of my camera. Plug in your laptop. And anyway, I like the guy, but I just think he's out of his prime. He's 40 years old. Marlon Vera's 28. Just, he's right there, coming off a nice win against Davey Grant. Frankie Edgar's coming off a horrible, sent to another dimension, just a bad loss to Corey Sandhagen. So recency bias too, but I'm going to take Marlon Vera here. I think it's a pretty safe play too. I love Frankie Edgar, the answer, but sometimes you got to know when it's when. I know, yeah, Glover Teixeira just won a light heavyweight championship at 42 years old, but this is bantamweight, man. This is 135. It is not 205. There's different levels to that game. So anyway, I'm going to take Marlon Vera to get the victory here. I think he's going to probably break him down and get it within distance. I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to play it within distance. Tapology, I'll probably say something like TKO round 2, maybe round 3, just so I can be different from everybody else. And I don't know. Anyway, moving on. This one is a banger. This one, whew. We've got Hurricane Shane Burgos taking on Billy Quarantillo. Okay, Shane, this is going to be interesting. Shane Burgos, 13-3, comes in as a pretty decent favorite, minus 192. These odds, I usually get them off Bet Online, but today I got a call from my VIP representative from Jazz Sports. Hey man, this is Joey from Jazz Sports. I noticed you haven't been playing any. You got some money left in your account, and we got a promotional offer today. Well, 100% match free play on a $100 deposit, or we'll match up to $250 deposit and give you 100 free or 50 free spins at the casino. What do you think about that? And I was like, look, bro, you're calling my cell phone in the middle of the day while I'm at work trying to get me to buy in. But you know what? I'll take your offer. So I deposited $100 just to, so they match. I got $100 free play, and I got some free casino spins. I mean, Jazz Sports, it's decent. They're not. I prefer the whole structure of Bet Online. I'm used to Bet Online, but I have won some money in Jazz Sports. I can't, you know. So it's what's another outlet? Just $100 out of my Bitcoin wallet. But anyway, these odds are from Jazz Sports, but I'm sure Bet Online has very similar odds. Okay, Shane Burgos comes in at minus 192. Billy Q, the underdog, at plus 157. This the over/under set at 2.5 rounds. You think it's going to go over 2.5? You're going to pay the juice at minus 142. If you think it's going to stop short of 2.5, plus 117 payouts. Okay, Shane Burgos. He is fighting out of Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Tiger Showman Martial Arts. Told you there's going to be a lot of these local guys. You know, this is a Madison Square Garden, New York City event. Of course you're going to have a lot of local guys. Billy Q, you don't know where he's at. Tapali doesn't have it listed, but he's fighting out of Tampa, Florida. And man, one of these cappers did mention somebody that he trains with, but I can't remember who, and I didn't write it down because I was driving. But anyway, no fear, Billy Q is in good hands, I'm sure. He's a good fighter. Okay, Shane Burgos is coming off a loss to Edson Barboza by right hook in round 3, which was weird. It was like a delayed knockout. Like, he got hit, and then there's like maybe a 2-second pause, and then he went down. It was so weird. It's like fluky. Was that like not fluky is not the right word. It was mysterious. It was bizarre. It was bizarre how he didn't go right down after he got hit. It was like he got hit, then he realized he got hit, and then his brain and his nerves had the synapses, and the axons were fired, and that's where he's like, oh shit, I just got knocked out. And then he fell, and that's when he was done. I don't know. Go ahead and watch the fight. Shane Burgos versus Edson Barboza. Check it out. But it was a weird knockout where he got ended there. Shane Burgos is 3-2 in his last 5. He's on a 2-fight skid. So, got to take that into account. He's got 1-inch height, 5.5-inch reach advantage over Billy Q. Billy Quarantillo, he's coming off a win himself against Mowgli. Gabriel Benitez, TKO round 3, showing his cardio. He looked phenomenal in that fight. However, before that, he had a loss to Gavin Tucker, which he was not looking phenomenal. He was looking lackluster, and he should have won. He should have lost that fight. I'm salty because I did pick him to win, and Gavin Tucker won a unanimous decision, and he should have. He deserved that win. But before that Gavin Tucker loss, Billy Q was 9-1. Coming up to he was on a 9-fight streak until he got to that Gavin Tucker loss. That's why I was very high on Billy Q. I don't know where he's fighting out of. It just says Tampa, Florida, that leads me to have question marks, but professional fighter, I don't care if he's fighting out of his basement. I've seen Billy Q fight, he's good. He's not as technical as Burgos. He doesn't have the most best accurate strikes and punches. He doesn't, but he's kind of wild out. He does some spinning stuff and some elbows, but I like his style. He can get anybody up against the cage and keep him there. He's got the aggressive forward pressure, but so does Shane Burgos. This is going to be a banger of a fight. Let's see what the cappers have to say on this one. It is kind of close. We're going to start out with Shane Burgos, the favorite here. we've got Johnny K. Johnny K is saying Burgos by decision. Then we've got It's Your Boy eBay's. eBay's is saying Burgos is gonna get a submission. Looking for that sub. I suppose he could probably get it. I don't think it's gonna go to the ground. I think it's gonna stay on the feet. But hey, it's a fight. It could go anywhere. Then we've got and round 3 too. eBay said. Then we've got Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. His main pick is fight does not go the distance. However, if he has to choose a side, he's leaning Shane Burgos. He thinks he needs to win a lot more. He needs to win more. I like how he says win. He did because he's Eastern European, so he says it win. He needs to win. He needs to win more than Billy Colantino. Anyway, Vlad, that's part of your charm, buddy. Your accent is part of your charm. You know, English is not his first language. It's like his third language, yet he speaks it better than some of these guys that were born and raised here. It's amazing. Anyway, his main pick is fight does not go the distance, so I'm going to just say he's taking Burgos within the distance, inside the distance, if you will. And then we've got Perfect Parlay Pursuit. Dan, again by himself, taking Shane Burgos here, where his other boys, Luke and Alex, Perfect Parlay Pursuit. Luke and Alex are both taking Billy Q, as well as what's going on. Bleed likes to take an underdog once in a while. Bleed is going to take Billy Q. He's fading Burgos because of that mysterious, weird, wonky, delayed knockout against Edson Barboza. That, you know, he's bothered by it too, and he kind of made me rewatch that knockout, and it was weird. And he thinks there might be some residual off of that because that fight was not that long ago. It was, I think, like 3 months ago or maybe a little bit more. I know it was within the year, definitely within the year. And I don't know, is that going to be Bleed seems to think it may be a reoccurring thing. Who I don't know. He has no proof behind it, but at Billy Q at plus 157, and I think that, yeah, that should be right around what it's supposed to be, like jazz sports, so I don't know. But I'm going to also take the plus money. I'm going to take the plus money here because I'm a plus money junkie just like y'all. I'm going to take Billy Q as my, I think it's maybe one of my first underdog picks on this card. Well, who's that fat guy that's going against the other fat guy? Oh, Chris Barnett, I think, is an underdog to John Vellante. So I guess not my first underdog pick. But Billy Q is my first main underdog pick on the card. And I think he's going to get it done. I hate to say it, but I think he might stop. I think Bleed might be onto something. Definitely check his, this link is in the description. Check what he has to say. Check what he has to say about this fight. Check it out. I urge you guys. And that's why I'm going to take Billy Q by TKO. I'm not sure which round. If I have to guess, I'm going to say round 3. Burgos does come out strong, come out hard. But Billy Q, he can also get a lot of control time against the cage. Not the ground, the cage. I think it's going to stay standing. And Burgos does have that more technical boxing, but Billy Q throws some heat as well. And he might hit him on that delayed knockout. He might catch him, and Billy, the synapses might fire and get the right. And Shane Burgos might be like, "Oh, he just knocked me out." Anyway, moving on. Finally, we've got the lightweight bout. You think this is going to be a banger? No, sir. This is going to be a banger. Justin, Mr. Highlight Gaethje against Iron Michael Chandler. Oh boy, Guys, you're in for a treat with this fight. I've been back and forth, taking both sides. I can make argument for both sides. So without further, let's just get right into it. Justin Gaethje comes in with a professional record, 22 wins, 3 losses. He's the minus 216 favorite. Yeah, a over 2 to 1 favorite. Minus 216 against Iron Michael Chandler, who is, you know, a Bellator legend. He's former Bellator champion. Michael Chandler, man, this is plus 176 is so enticing. 22-6 as a professional. Michael Chandler fights out of Alliance MMA and Black Zillions, which I think Black Zillions has now become Sanford, but I don't know. Maybe Henry Hoof just moonlights and he's the head coach of both. I don't know. It's weird. But it is, Black Zillions is in Boca Raton, Florida. Alliance MMA is in Chula Vista, California. Okay. Justin Gaethje fights out of Elevation Fight Team. Who's that guy that's going to be in his corner or cage side for him? It's going to be that, man, I'm going to have to bring it up. I can't think, his name's right, tipped my tongue too, but he's also going to be cage side for Rose Namajunas because she's out of Elevation. Is it like Dave Timmons or Timian or I don't know. It's going to bug the crap out of me. I might have to pull it up. But also, Kamaru Usman. Also, he's going to be cage side for Kamaru. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. And that is one of the, who was it? One of these cappers said that, Bleed. Bleed said that is the sole reason of why he's taking Gaethje in this. But, let's see. It is Elevation Fight Team. Man, I don't know. I can't find it now. But one of these, check out Bleed. Check it out because he mentions the guy that's going to be cage side for Usman, for Rose, and for Justin Gaethje, and that's why, let's just go with it. That's why Bleed is taking the side of Justin Gaethje. He was on the fence, but because he found out this, he thinks he's a great coach. He's going to have a good recipe of how to beat Chandler, and Bleed is taking Justin Gaethje. I will say Justin Gaethje's 4-1 in his last 5. His only loss in his last 5 was to Khabib, the GOAT. That was a triangle choke in round 2. Michael Chandler, he's coming off that loss to Dubronk's Charles Oliveira, ground and pound, round 2. 3-2 in his last 5. Michael Chandler does have a slight 1.5-inch reach advantage, yet Justin Gaethje has a 3-inch height advantage. Both of these guys have wrestling experience. Chandler was D1 at the University of Missouri, I think. And I think Justin Gaethje was also D1 college. I'll admit I didn't do all my full research, but I'm pretty sure Justin Gaethje has collegiate college wrestling experience as well. Let's just get into what the cappers have to say. Time check. Okay. So we've got Bleed taking Gaethje. Then over here we've got C&C, that's UFC Celebrities and Classics. He's leading Chandler if he has to take a side, but again, his main pick is fight does not go the distance. Then we've got Perfect Parlay Pursuit. This time it's Alex and Dan taking the side of Gaethje. And then Luke over here taking the side of Iron Mike Chandler. So no full Triple P certifications on this board today. Check out their link though. They do have some. Last week they went perfect 6-0 on their Triple P certified fights, the ones they all agreed on. I imagine they're going to do something similar this week. I will add. I watched it today. Maybe I'll use them for tomorrow for the main and co-main event. But Mr. Arkansas, went almost perfect. He only got one wrong out of the whole card last week, and he was like one of the only people taking Glover Teixeira, where everybody else was taking Jan Blachowicz. And he definitely had to make sure that he said that he was beat everybody. Beat Cody Staftik, beat the Guru, beat Fight Night Picks. He beat out Clint. He beat them all. He did. There was not a capper that did better than Ark. I don't think he likes being called capper, but whatever. Predictor, capper, whatever. Out of all the predictors on YouTube, Mr. Arkansas did the best last week, only getting one wrong on the full card. Congratulations, Mr. Arkansas. Unfortunately, I did all my research, and then on my way home from work today, I listened to your stuff, but I may use you tomorrow for your insight on the co-main and main events. Anyway, let's continue with this. Yeah, Triple P certified picks went 6-0 last week on their certified picks. Decided to throw that in there. Then we also taken Gaethje. We've got Johnny K. He's saying Gaethje should get a knockout here over Iron Mike Chandler. Woo, that's a ballsy call. But finally, we've got it's your boy eBay's fight prediction. And what is he gonna have the lean toward Gaethje? No, he's going Chandler, making this virtually a tie. Not really, because Triple P, that's 3 guys, so they actually have one more capper taking Gaethje at the favorite. But I will also jump on the side of Gaethje too. I mean, I like Mike Chandler a lot, but I think Mike Chandler, his wrestling is better than Gaethje's. But Gaethje, who convinced me? Bleed. With the whole, I gotta think of that guy's name. The whole guy that is gonna be cage side with Gaethje, Rose, and Usman from Elevation, but I just pulled up their Tapology and he wasn't listed. It's gonna kick me in the ass. Somebody in the comments, tell me who it is. Check out Bleed MMA, and he mentions his name thoroughly during this breakdown. But anyway, because of that, I'm taking Justin Gaethje here to get it done via smarter fight IQ. Justin Gaethje, when he did lose, aside from Khabib, but when he's been beaten in his past, it was when he was wilder, like not as patient, not as controlled, like more of a wild man type fighter, rather a brawler rather than a precision striker. He's got more patience now. He's got better fight IQ. He's using his veteran experience, his time. He's learned every time he's been in that octagon, and I think he's gonna handle Michael Chandler. I don't know if he's gonna knock him out, Chandler has been knocked out. But I'm gonna give Gaethje I think it's gonna go by decision. I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. What is oh yeah, fight does not go the distance, says Vlad. So maybe I should take him up on that and just say Gaethje within distance. I guess might as well. I'm gonna say in the later rounds. I'm gonna say Gaethje in round 4. How's that? Gaethje round 4, probably be TKO. Round 4. I mean, it could be a submission, it could be like a rear naked or a guillotine or something, but I'm gonna say TKO round 4. That'll plus that number big time. Maybe even get into the upper 4-digit numbers if you, it will. Round 4 TKO for Gaethje. That minus 216 just went to a over plus 1,000. I'm sure of that. Almost sure of it. Check it out on Bet Online. I don't know what the props are yet. I didn't look at any of them. But anyway, to recap, time check. Oh, perfect. 10 minutes per fight. To recap, I have Tito, Marlon Vera beating the answer Frankie Edgar. I love Frankie Edgar, but sometimes it's time to hang it up, and I think this is the time. He's gonna, I mean, he's going out with a respectable record. Nothing, no shame in that, Frankie Edgar. You know, but I think your time's done. Marlon Vera should be able to. I'm pretty confident with that pick as well. Minus 177, definitely a parlay piece for me. And then I'm gonna take the underdog. I'm taking Billy Q for the same reasons as Bleed, because of that weird delayed knockout that Edson Barboza put on to Shane Burgos. And finally, I'm taking, hey, I just said recap. Finally, I'm taking Justin Gaethje. I think he's gonna get it done in the later rounds, probably by TKO. I'm just gonna go TKO round 4. Like I said, I'm not very confident with that pick. It's gonna be a banger of a fight, but and these are all subject to change after I see how they look on the scales. But yeah, right now, there you have it. Gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. Put the cat down, would you? He doesn't like it. So I appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up. Go ahead and fill the comments with who you think's gonna win these fights. Somebody put in the comments, or I'm gonna have to watch Bleed again. Somebody put in the comments who that guy that's gonna be cage side for Gaethje, Rose, and Usman is, because the name is killing me. It's right there too. It's like Dave Timmons or Timmy. I gotta watch it again. But anyway, please fill the comments up with all your chatting and whatnot. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow with the main and co-main event. If not, if life gets too hectic, I will definitely see you Friday live stream with BC Dave as we discuss all the fights on the card and make a killer 3-leg parlay. I think we've been hitting those parlays pretty well. I don't keep track, but I think we're doing it. So good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next episode.